Good morning, my dear friends. Today we are celebrating this Mass for the COVID-19 victims who have died. Strictly speaking, in the rules, the norms of the Church, we do not celebrate a Mass for the dead when there is an obligatory memorial, because today is the memorial of Saint Ignatius of Antioch, a bishop and martyr of the Church, and it is an obligatory memorial. Yet, the Bishop of Cubao called out to the priests to offer a Mass today, October 17, on his birthday. Today is the birthday of the Bishop, Most Reverend Onesto F. Tioco, and he wishes that the priests offer the Mass not for him, but for our dead brothers and sisters due to COVID-19. Ito yung kanyang hiling sa amin. And so, we find this as an opportune time, more fitting time for us to offer the Eucharist, even if there is an obligatory memorial. And we often go to Mass for the dead. When there is a funeral liturgy, just the other day we buried Monsignor Mortillero, one of our brothers in the Diocese of Cubao, one of our oldest priests in the Diocese of Cubao. And we often attend funeral liturgies. But in this liturgy, let us try to reflect on not only death, but on the effect of death, not only to the family, the bereaved family, but even to us who are not related to them. What makes this more important is that it is a challenge to renew our interconnectedness as members of one family of God. Kapag may funeral liturgy, pinagninilayan yung kamatayan at nakikita ng mga tao kung gaano kasakit at kahirap to deal with yung pagpanaw ng isang mahal sa buhay. At ngayon, mas parang lumalalim pa yung sugat. Mas malalim ang sugat sa pagpanaw ng mga taong namatay sa COVID-19. Bakit? Dahil unang-una, may mga taong pumanaw sa COVID-19 hindi dahil nagpabaya sila. Sila'y namatay dahil sa COVID-19, hindi dahil wala silang pakialam. Namatay sila dahil sa kanilang pagnanais na makapaglingkod. The many frontliners, the doctors, the nurses, the medical practitioners who died, we cannot claim that they were complacent or too confident of themselves. They died of COVID-19 because they were serving. They were serving. And so it makes the death of a loved one more painful, especially for the family, the bereaved family, when other people do not see the value of the death of a medical practitioner in their own lives. Mas masakit sa pamilya ng namatay ang frontliner na malaman na yung ibang tao ay hindi nakikita yung kahalagahan at kahulugan ng kamatayan ng kanilang mahal sa buhay. Dahil hindi nila kamag-anak, Dahil hindi nila kilala, parang walang epekto sa kanila. Hindi nila nakikita na itong mga namatay na ito ay nag-alay ng buhay para sa iba. Para sa iba. And so, not only did a person die, but the interconnectedness of people is dying as well. Namamatay din yung koneksyon ng mga tao sa isa't isa. Koneksyon ng buong sandaigdig. Dahil sa kawalan nga ng pakialam. A death of a COVID-19 patient is painful, no? Because they did not want that virus. They did not want to acquire the virus. And so it becomes more difficult to deal with. And it happens so fast that it challenges our idea of control. It happens so fast that it confronts our tendency to be in control of everything. And a person becomes helpless. A person who died of COVID-19 experienced helplessness. Number 3, hindi ko alam kung nakakita na kayo talaga at nakadaupang palad na ninyo ang mga naging COVID-19 patients. But they are suffering by themselves, on their own, alone. And many of them died alone. Mag-isa. Napakahirap magkasakit ng mag-isa, lalo pa yung pumanaw ka na mag-isa, na hindi man lang mahawakan ng kamay ng mahal sa buhay, hindi man lang makita at marinig ang kanilang tinig na nagsasabing, kaya mo yan. Mag-isa. But you know, there is still consolation. No? We know that Jesus is the resurrection. And so we know that these people, through the mercy of God, will also share in His resurrection. There is still grace in these experiences. And secondly, there is a consolation that we have to understand from the very person of God. God is not just a being among others. Our concept of God must be sound and correct for us to understand this consolation of grace, or rather the grace of consolation. When a person dies, how should we understand that? That God is not just something among things. God is not just a member, no, of this world. No, hindi siya ganun. Our concept of God should not be like that. God is ipsum esse. Ibig sabihin, He is beyond our understanding of being. He is the perfection of being. And He is not just one being among other beings, na isang miyembro sa maraming mga miyembro. Kapag ganun kasi ang ating pag-iisip tungkol sa Diyos, God becomes limited. He is limited because He's just a member, one among beings. Ibig sabihin, ka-level niya ang lahat. But rather, God is hyper-being. He is beyond our understanding of being. He's the perfection of being. He is just the perfection of to be. No? I cannot find other ways of explaining it because He is perfection. No, He is perfection. But even if this God whom we worship is a perfection and utterly different, look at the events in the history of man. This God who is utterly different, perfection of existence, constantly reaches out to man. Sends His Son, God becoming incarnate, and allowing Him to go through pain, suffering, and death. The same person who now in the gospel that we have heard tells us, blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are those who are persecuted, who are meek, who are clean of heart. The peacemakers, blessed are you when you suffer. The perfection of existence tells man who is limited and finite, blessed are you. He tells us, it's okay. I am with you. I am sharing in all these pains. A person once asked me, Father, where is God in the midst of this? Where is God in the midst of all these things? And I said, well, He could be anywhere. He could be everywhere. He could be in that hospital reviving a patient who is dying. God can be in that hospital cleaning the floors. God can be lying in that bed. Gasping for air. Because this perfection of existence allows Himself to be one with us so that we may learn to transcend ourselves, so that He may accompany us in this transcendence towards His kingdom. To the families of those who have died because of COVID-19, the entire community of Holy Family Parish is praying for you. We are praying that God may help you and accompany you to go through this experience, giving hope that our beloved dead is now under the care of the angels and saints in heaven. And we continue to pray for all those who are struggling, those who are suffering because of COVID-19. may we all feel our interconnectedness. Sana'y makaramdam tayo ng pakialam para sa mga namatayan, para sa mga nahihirapan. Sana'y maramdaman nating lahat ang kanilang nararamdaman, bagamat tayo ay ligtas, no? In a way. Magkaroon sana tayo ng malasakit, pagkukusa, na ipagdasal ang mga nahihirapan.